Yo, we're picking the brain of Dan Walrack this morning. $18 million residential roofing sales. We're driving to Top Rep.
Yeah, we are.
In New Braunfels, Texas. And I figured, hey, I'm going to pick his brains about habits. And pick his brains.
There you go.
Not just brain, because when you close $18 million, you have brains.
You got to work at it, man.
You have additional brain.
A lot of habits go into it. A lot of consistency and things like that.
So I'm gonna put this in here. Let's make sure this thing, and it's gonna be a little awkward of an angle, but we're gonna do it. So Dan, talk to me about habits.
Well, this is a little bit different. I've never done one of these in a car before. So habits. Where should we start? Let's start.
Excuse me. One second. We did this yesterday too.
The door. Yeah. Habits. I mean, habits, I think, starts with consistency. Having a habit each day or having a consistent measure each day. For example, Monday through Friday, wake up, develop a win. I think the biggest win you could do is making your bed. Right?
Oh, yeah.
That's a huge win. You start off right away with the win right off the bat. Is that good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Secondly, I mean, I like to work out in the morning.
Yeah.
It just gets your day going. It gets you moving.
I saw you guys have like a thread at your roofing company of everybody kind of being accountable to each other around workouts.
Yeah. We that's kind of our thing at our office is each morning, a handful of us, a little bit more, they'll post a thread of them at the gym, kind of to motivate each other out to get out of bed, get the day going, get things moving.
Mm-hmm.
And we have, a lot of us like to throw some quotes on there just to get some motivation, some leadership, some wins, just kind of to get everybody going. Because, I mean, in an office, you can't just be that guy, right? You got to be a team to develop that team attitude and move everybody up.
I love that with the workout, like accountability and pump up stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it helps us so much because then, you'll see other people not in workouts, and all of a sudden you'll start to see their first post, their second post, and they're starting to do it.
So you guys are doing that in Slack?
Yep.
And I don't actually see a lot of roofing companies always using that. Like, there's a lot of...
Well, we use WhatsApp. But
WhatsApp. Okay.
Yeah.
Something like that. But having a actual, like...
company thread?
Regular communication tool versus, like, email or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Reed was the one that started it, and we're all on the thread, and it basically is a motivational thread where, because in this business, and then every roofer that's going to be watching this, everybody that knows, there's so many ups and there's so many downs, right?
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the business. I mean, some days are going to be great, some days aren't, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you start off each day with a win, you're already ahead.
For
right?
sure.
Now it's just a matter of just staying consistent and keeping it going.
Mm-hmm.
And, you start off the day, there's no communication, nobody talks to you, nobody whatever. You could be in a down and dumper day, and you start off your day crap. But if you're already starting off at 6 o'clock in the morning with people saying, hey, motivational at the gym, working out, doing things, makes a huge plus. That's a big habit.
Okay.
Let's think of some other habits. Another habit I like to do a lot is, personally myself, is I set, daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, and yearly goals. And I was talking to you a little bit about this yesterday.
Yeah.
As far as goals. I mean, each day I set 3 goals.
Yeah.
When I go to bed, for that next day, I set 3 goals that I have to achieve. At least 2 of the 3. That's the game plan. And in achieving those goals, and I kind of went over it a little bit yesterday with the goals with you, and achieving those goals, those are wins, right? I mean, you're winning that day. And if you stay consistent and win that day and control your schedule, control your mindset, I mean, you can't help not to succeed. So
absolutely, and you make sure you hit 2 out of 3.
Have to hit 2.
And you don't, for real, do sometimes like when you're trying to go to bed, but you're like, I gotta finish one.
You have to hit 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm not saying I hit 3 or 3 goals every day. No, but I mean, I'd like to.
Yeah.
But you have to hit 2 or 3.
And I actually was very interested in your evening habits around not being on your phone. I mean, I honestly think some of the stuff that you're doing with family and like being present and stuff like that is really interesting to me, because I think if hit 18 million, people are kind of assuming. Well, and I know you did have to make some sacrifices.
Yeah, this past year with 18 million, there was a lot of sacrifices.
But in general, you said you hit like over 3 or 4 usually every year.
Every year.
And which is the consistency too is kind of intriguing to people. Like if you're able to hit that level of consistency even without a storm, and then what are you doing though with your habits, with your personal time to make sure that you're not just totally prioritizing business over your family?
Well, the thing in this business is you have to be, especially if you're married. If you're not married, can't really speak too much on that, just for the fact that I've never been not married in this business. But in this business, as a married guy, you have to be all in, and your wife has to be all in.
Yeah,
it's just a part of the situation where if she's hounding you and telling you you're not doing this right, you're not doing that right, and it's just a battle, and you can't have that. She has to be all in. So some of the habits and sacrifices I've made that I've realized in speaking with my wife is that after 8 o'clock at night, after 8:30 at night, between there, my phone goes off.
Mm-hmm.
That's family time. That's where I need to spend with the family, my kids. I got 4 boys. I need to spend with my wife. Talk. I don't talk work. I don't discuss it. I don't answer the phone. I mean, that's, like I said, that's family time.
And you have them set their phones, like you're kind of you're.
We have at our house. We have a place called, basically, it's a key drop, right?
Yeah.
Where come 8:30, those phones, and my kids' phones, my phone, tablets, anything they have electronic wise, they go onto the key drop, and that's where they sit. Nobody's playing on the phone. That's all family time. And we'll have dinner. We'll sit there and play Sudoku. We'll do all kinds of stuff. We'll do games and things like that. So it's just you got to have family time. That's so important.
Absolutely. So as far as like weekly habits, how about weekly habits? What are some things like rhythms? Do you prepare anything on Saturday, Sunday? Do you generally work on Saturday? I'm guessing.
Usually this past year, of course, every Saturday and Sunday I work.
Yeah.
But normally I like to keep my Saturdays and Sundays open, just because, with the previous, video that we've done, I coach baseball and things like that. And most of the time, Saturday and Sundays are tournament times, right? So you're driving to a tournament, playing ball and stuff like that. But like my weekly goes.
Just to note something, like for the people who didn't watch that first video, like the sports coaching and stuff like that also feeds the business.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And being involved in the community and stuff like that has fed your business. So like I'd almost encourage folks to be volunteering and doing those types of things to create relationships at scale. You do it for other reasons besides just business, but it happens to help the business a lot.
It's 1,000% relationships, right? You've got to find stuff in your community to build relationships. Because in this business, to go out there and do $500,000, go out there and do $1 million, achievable, no problems, shouldn't be too difficult. But if you want to hit those big numbers, you have to build your relationships. You have to network yourself. You have to build your mindset that, each day you're going to find a relationship out there. You're going to find somebody, and like Jimmy says, you got to find your top 100 people, right? Yeah. And when you find your top 100 people and you find the right people, it'll just scale your relationship so much farther.
When you think about the top 100 people, so I think that's a good habit and a good mindset. You're talking about Jim Johnson, right?
Yep.
When you're talking about your top 100 people, are you talking about connectors in the community, or are you talking about individual homeowners, or what?
It can be anybody, to be honest with you. I mean, my number one is my wife, right? Yeah. That's my number one person in my top 100.
Yeah.
But it can be absolutely anyway. I mean, to be honest with you, Tim, you're in my top 100, right?
Oh, I appreciate that, bro.
Because, and it's just a relationship builder is all it is. I mean, and you build that friendship, right? Yeah. And you don't know, and everybody out there, you don't know, who's going to be that one person that gives you that kick drive into the next $2 million project, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we all know everybody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got 100 people. I mean, sometimes it could be just my next door neighbor, right? Yeah. But there's people that influence you, and there's people that build your relationships, and insurance agents, adjusters, real estate agents.
So these people are kind of, if you're thinking about your top 100, these are good people for that top 100, but you also just kind of have this mindset around relationships. So each day, Because to be real with you, dude, I'm a little bit different. I feel like a little bit different naturally personality, where I'm a little bit more like goal oriented, and
Okay.
I'm a little less naturally relationship oriented. I've learned to enjoy relationships, to be frank with you, because they get me to my goals.
Yeah.
But so it feels like you make that a priority though, above other things. Like in the day, you care about people, and that's I'm saying it like it's an oddity, but I'm sure it's.
No.
I'm sure a lot of people are naturally like that. But
Well, you can laugh. I mean, but sometimes one of my goals of the day is to get 2 new contacts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or 3 new contacts.
Yes.
Contacts are people that I can put into my phone.
Yeah.
That I can use as a relationship or a network building that get to know down the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times my wife and I have taken out people to dinner that she has no idea even who they are.
That's
right.
Funny. Yeah.
But I know that, hey, in talking to this person, and I'd like to get to know them better, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. I mean, maybe it could be nobody, right?
Yeah.
But it's just little things like that you want to add 2 people to your phone.
Yeah.
I mean, and people are going to laugh and they're like, what? You're just going to add people to... I mean...
Yeah.
It's all about the network, man. It really is. Like, for example, we went to the SRC here a few weeks back, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was able to add over 15 different people to my phone that day.
Mm-hmm.
It was people that now I get Facebook message, I talk to, and I build my network basis up, my relationship basis up where, it's like, Wade from freaking Oklahoma City. I talk to that guy all the time now.
Yeah.
I mean, a guy that just gives me a ride from Dallas to Oklahoma City.
What's his last name again?
Wade.
Yeah. Do you know his last name?
I do. I think it's Cam, so.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Cam Wade. Yeah.
Yep. And just a great guy. I mean, he was the nicest guy in the world. He drove us when we had an ice storm. They drove me to Oklahoma City so I could fly out.
That's
and
awesome.
we built that relationship, and now I talk to him all the time.
That seems super nice, too. All right, so you have habits around relationships. You have habits around fitness and motivation. You have habits around personal time and making your family a priority. Are there any, and you have weekly habits.
Yep.
Or any other weekly habit?
Weekly goals. Well, I set up my goals for the following week. I do that Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
So those are set up. And so in this business, if you're not setting your schedule a week in advance, you need to work on that.
Yeah. And
because,
by schedule, are you in a calendar app?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do Google Calendar.
Okay.
And then, but what's cool is my wife has access and our office has access to it.
Yeah.
So they can add to it and subtract to it, right? And in Google App, I try to set my schedule. I tried to...
Whoops, I missed this turn here. Let's see if I can hit this, and if I can.
Let's get you off on here.
All right, y'all, I missed my turn. We're going to grab some gas on this one.
There you go.
We'll wrap this up with a few more. What were
Yeah,
you saying?
so I was just saying that as far as the scheduling, I try to set my schedule a week in advance, right?
Yeah.
And so adjust appointments, and that's part of, some of the C's I was talking about control.
Mm-hmm.
You have to control your schedule. I mean, if you let your schedule control you, you're gonna get lost.
Can you do your 5 C's real quick for people?
Well, you got to control your schedule.
Yep.
Very important. You got to create opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. You got to stay consistent. You got to challenge yourself, and you got to have that commitment. So, and those are, and you can go in depth on all 5 of those, and there's so much to go in depth about those. We'll have to do one on those, and
I'd like to.
It's what I live by and what I stand by in this company, and in doing that, if you're trying to hit those 5 C's, I'll tell you what, man, it makes roofing so much easier. And then if it turns out this is, all those guys out there, this is fun, man. This is a game.
Yeah, I was kind of curious because you're so consistent. It's been 25 years, right?
Yep.
Or longer? Or
this is my 25th year.
25th year. Yeah. So time is such a big piece to what you've been able to accomplish.
Yeah.
You must be having fun. Like, you couldn't, because I was just thinking about it, because I was like, damn, dude, should I get in roofing sales? That's what I thought. You know what I mean? Like, with a guy like you, you're so inspiring, and you got such big numbers and shit like that.
I enjoy it.
That I assume you're having fun. Because usually if somebody's doing this much business, they're having some fun with that.
Yeah, and in this business, I'll tell you what, man, I've gone through so many different changes in this business where, those people that can remember, those people that have been doing it for a long time, we call ourselves dinosaurs, right? We've gone through before there was Eagle View, before there was Xactimate, before there was all these systems, and we'd sit there with a homeowner and an insurance adjuster, and we'd sit at a kitchen table on a piece of yellow paper and we'll negotiate out a claim for, hey, can you do this for $360 a square? Yep, we can do it. Let's roll, right? No individualizing drip edge, gutter apron, all the things. That was the olden days, right? There's been so many changes, man.
Yeah.
And in this business, I've always said from day one that, you know, you're going to get as much out of this business as much you put in, right?
Yeah.
And when I came to that realization that this business is a game, and the way you're going to be good at this business is you have to be good at the game. Yeah. And once you perfect it and you're expert at the game, everything else is just so easy.
Yeah.
And when you meet homeowners and you get that mindset out there that you need them, you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
You have to have that mindset when you meet each individual homeowner that, hey, they need you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, we were talking about that yesterday. I feel like that's like a mindset of a lot of really good closers in this industry.
I mean, you have to go in that mindset when you're knocking on that door, when you're doing all that stuff. You have to go into that mindset that they need you.
Yeah.
You're there to help them. You know what I mean? Instead of you begging for a signature or they can see right through that. You called that out yesterday, right? I mean, you can see when somebody's, you know, not educated in getting a signature, closing.
Any other mindset things or like beliefs that you have that might help inform some folks that are getting into roofing sales or first
the biggest thing I can tell you, number one thing I can tell you is sell yourself.
Yeah.
Don't sell the company. Sell yourself first. Because a homeowner is going to sign with you. They're not going to sign with the company.
Yeah.
The company will always come, but sell yourself.
Absolutely. Well, if you've got any questions for Dan, drop them below because I'm going to do another piece of content with them maybe this week. And
hey, we'll see you at Top Rep.
See you at Top Rep. Anyone out there going to Top Rep, comment below, say what's up. Looking forward to hanging out with folks. Thanks for your time, bro. Yes. Peace, y'all.